Much like the concept for the Virtual Boy, Innsmouth no Yakata, a first-person horror game, has some good ideas, but the execution falls flat. Released on October 13, 1995 in Japan, the game did not receive an overseas English release. As a private detective in 1922, you are tasked with escaping a mansion swarming with demonic-looking fish. The game was based on a Japanese TV movie loosely based on the novel The Shadow over Innsmouth, written by H.P. Lovecraft, hence the Lovecraftian monster designs. The game's opening is rather impressive for the Virtual Boy. Thick, swirling fog envelops a frightening mansion surrounded by decaying trees. You step inside, searching for the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, and before long you find yourself trapped, being chased by all sorts of hellspawn. Each stage represents a different maze-like floor within the mansion. Like the shoot-'em-up Darius series, the game features 45 branching levels, but you're only going to play through 13 during a single run. Finishing a stage under a set number of seconds, which changes the further you get, moves you towards the higher branch, while taking longer moves you towards the lower branch on the stage select screen. The end goal? One of the 4 possible endings, A, B, C, or D. But if you want the quote-unquote best ending, you need to earn ending A, which means getting through each floor as quickly as possible and without dying once. The structure of each maze doesn't change throughout each run. However, the placement of the items is randomized. You are given barely enough time to make your way through, but you must find a key to open the exit door to move on to the next floor. You can pick up 2 different kinds of orbs, white and black. The white orb reveals the map, while the black orb shows you item locations. Hearts increase your life, and bullets provide an additional 6-clip shot. What to do with those bullets? Well, you'll need to destroy the aforementioned Lovecraftian monsters that haunt the darkest halls of the mansion. Depending upon the size and shade of the creature, you may have to use more bullets, anywhere from 2 to a full clip while trying not to get hit. Innsmouth no Yakata uses the 2 control pads of the Virtual Boy's controller to allow you to move and turn throughout the halls with the left, and aim your revolver with the right control pad. Think of it as a precursor to today's dual analog stick movement system. However, with ammunition being scarce, it is often a better strategy to attack a monster only if they are blocking the path. Instead, try and look for a way around, but considering the strict time limit, finding another path may waste precious seconds. Not to mention, without the white orb to reveal the map, you may find yourself roaming the halls forever. Or, well, until the time limit expires and you reach the inevitable game over screen. Each monster type dies after the same amount of shots, regardless of where you target, meaning a headshot does not deal additional damage. The bigger the monster and the darker the shade of red, the more bullets are required. Smaller creatures may explode after only a couple of shots, but you could be using an entire clip in some of the more formidable foes. Considering all the walls, floors, ceilings, and doors all look the same, it is easy to find yourself lost without the white orb. On more than one occasion, I quickly acquired the key, only to never reach the exit since I couldn't find the orbs and was seemingly crisscrossing my path and never finding the proper route out. Move forward, turn left, open the door, turn right, move forward, turn left. No matter where I went, it all looked the same. Luckily, you can immediately retry the current stage from the game over screen and write down the password to start over from that specific stage at any given time, since there are no save slots. If you get lucky with the item placements and have memorized each floor layout, you can easily reach an ending in under 15 minutes. Thankfully, nowadays, you can find an ASCII layout of each map in the game if you find yourself stuck. Simply put, Innsmouth no Yakata is not bad. It is a first-person horror game, and given the fact that only 22 Virtual Boy games exist, you won't find anything else like it on the platform. Not to mention, it was only released in Japan. The game is entirely playable for anyone that isn't able to read Japanese as well. However, The very short timers on each stage are a drawback, and only exist to push the player forward as fast as possible. Or perhaps it exists to allow players to play through an entire run without having to take a break to prevent eye strain.